Hello.
Hey Maria, it's Mark. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. I have my tea with me.
Oh, I love it. I have my tea as well.
First of all, cheers. I mean, I
Right,
don't.
cheers. Yes,
It's
cheers.
normally na zdrowie in Russian, na zdrave in Bulgarian. So let's cheers with tea.
How are you getting by with zero sleep? You can't be sleeping at the moment. How are you doing it all?
I mean, I'm not sleeping a lot really recently.
Now,
So
what tea are you drinking?
I'm drinking something organic. That is Chinese tea, actually green tea, but with rice, and it's my favorite
Oh,
tea.
genmaicha.
And it helps me with no sleeping because I think that was the question, the first one.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been thinking like that my whole life, like work all the time. Do your best because the older you get, the more sleep you're gonna need. And right now, when I'm 24, I am okay with like 2-3 hours a day and at night. Um,
Yeah.
because yeah, in during the day I'm shooting, and during the night I'm having interviews with all of you incredible people, and it's such a huge honor. So that helps me with all the, I don't know, with all.
The adrenaline's probably
Yes,
getting through.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scared, but for the time when this is gonna be over, because I feel like then my body might drop off. Because right now it's like, okay, we can do more, we can do more, we can do more. But then when it gets quiet, it's gonna be like,
I was going to ask you about your training because I noticed we actually have a bit of a similar background in that training at drama school, theatre, and
yeah,
also you trained in some singing as well.
yeah. So everything started with music. When I was 6 years old, I wanted to be a singer so badly, and because my dad was obsessed with Led Zeppelin and Red Hot Chili Peppers
Oh, I
and
love it.
all of the rock bands back in the day. And I want to be a rock star. And I wanted to play guitar because my dad used to play guitar, but there were no places for more guitar players. And I was like, what else I want to play? And I decided flute. So I started singing and playing the flute. But then when I get a little bit older, through a lot of voice lessons, etc., 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 I almost broke a cord, and I was keeping quiet for a while. And that was the time when I discovered all the other deep books,
Yeah.
starting with Dostoevsky and Chekhov because of theater,
Yeah.
and going through Bulgakov, Master and the Margarita is my favorite book.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a bit of a favorite of mine as well. Yeah.
And all the Russian literature, with Gogol, Nabokov, etc., etc., etc. But then I discovered the cinema, and I think it was the same year when A Royal Affair and The Hunt came,
Yes.
2012, 2013, with
Yeah.
both of them with Mads Mikkelsen, both of them Danish cinema.
That's right.
And I was like, I want to be like this actor. It was so crazy because I was a little girl, 12 years old girl, and I want to be like this man actor. And I literally dedicated my education based on a Scandinavian cinema with what is actually Dogma 95, who is Lars von Trier and Thomas Vinterberg. I want to be like this rules, 15 rules, I think. And then with theater. So because in Bulgaria, we didn't have acting for cinema, we had acting for drama theater and puppet theater. And I'm so dramatic as a person. Let's go to the
Oh,
drama.
listen, me and you both, so we're all good there. We'll see who can win on that front.
Yeah. And started when I was 13, probably for 2 years, 12, 13, preparing with Simeon Dimitrov, my first acting teacher, and then went to high school with acting as majority and flute as a second specialty until I was 18, 19, and then applied for my academy, the National Academy for Theater and Film Arts,
Yes, I saw that.
for another 4 years, and Master of Acting. Isn't it so crazy to say?
No. You've got to say what you got. Don't be putting yourself down here. You're a master of acting.
But it is been most of the time 12 years of my life as an education teacher, and it still stays in my heart because the emotions that you experience when you're on the stage.
The training it gives you. I mean, I'm very similar. The first part of my career was a lot of theatre. I was a singer since I was younger as well. I trained in classical singing and stuff. and I still use it now and again.
Do you still play in theaters?
Yes. Well, I have to say, since I moved out to LA recently, there's not as much theatre in LA, but before I left, half my career was still theatre and half my career was still TV and film. So, I'd like to continue that, because theatre, I don't want to just give theatre up because I'm in LA. I still want to do a bit. And so if you ever want to do a Google or something like that, we should have a chat. Let's do a government inspector in LA.
Yeah.
Let's get it going. But I just thought it was interesting. It was quite similar. Do you think you'll keep up singing? Would you like to use that on screen, maybe?
On screen, yes. I think I don't have that fire in my heart for music. I think for like a career. I completely lost myself in the acting. And to be honest, a lot of actors are saying, I don't know, how you wanted to become an actor? What was the reason? Because for me, it was, I wanted to disappear. I wanted to run away from reality. I didn't want to dig deep inside myself. I wanted to be a different person. It sounds a little bit scary and crazy.
No, I agree with that. Like, I totally do. It's about becoming somebody else and exploring that. And in turn, what ends up happening is you actually do start exploring yourself, but you're not thinking about it because it's all coming out and you're like, oh, wait a minute, what's happening? What's going on here?
It's so crazy and scary at the same time. I don't know. What are we doing? Jesus Christ.
Well, listen, we ask ourselves that every day, though, don't we? Some days I wake up and think, what are you doing, Mark? You know, you look at all your friends, they've got cars and kids and houses and they're chilling out and having a lovely life. And I'm like, you're running about pretending to be other people, wearing crazy costumes. What are you doing with your life? But it's the best, isn't it?
It's the best because somehow actors, you're keeping the child in yourself forever.
Right.
You're allowed to play more and more and more. I think I was more disciplined when I was a little kid rather than now, because now I feel like I'm living my life more because I'm playing different things. Well, when I was younger, it was like studying. And now is the time when we have to enjoy.
Now we get to play. That's what happens now. So I was going to ask you as well, I know, congrats, by the way, you're on the long list for the BAFTA nominations. I was about to say, I'm sure you'll get one. That sounds like I've got the list here and I know some insider information. I don't.
British cinema BAFTA is a completely different level. And especially thinking about that, the whole crazy journey with Borat started in England.
Mm-hmm.
The first audition, the first test, everything was here. It's such a big honor, and it's showing, I think I was thinking about that because in London, in England, it's showing how diversity is capable to happen. And we're ready to start having these important conversations about representation on screen for actors that are not American or British. And it's really, really respectful, and it's really powerful for me, for people from my region of the world, from Eastern Europeans, for Bulgarians. And it makes me cry. I won't cry. I'm strong.
You cry if you want to cry.
I'm going to hide it from the camera. But yeah, it's huge. It's huge honor to be listed in a long list. Just my name close to BAFTA. It's insane. It's huge.
It must be such a whirlwind for you, though. You know, obviously, I looked at your resume. You've been working consistently since you got out, but it must be such when that job of that magnitude comes. But not only that, because you are getting a chance to actually show what you can do and your talents, it's like bang, and suddenly you're there.
I've been working all the time, completely for free. I was volunteering for some of my favorite directors back at home to be as a PA or to just help anyway, just be around the cinema and see how the magic is happening. And every time when I'm on a job, I feel so much, I don't know, I'm going to say blessed again, that I'm in this magical world, because I do believe that it's kind of magical. It's alchemical thing, I think. I don't know if it's supposed to say it. So it was crazy. And I never believed that something like that, it's possible to happen for a person like me, for a person with a huge Eastern European accent. how is it possible they to search for?
Your accent's brilliant.
My
It's really passionate. Sounds great.
Thank you.
Get it in there. That's like, it's particularly in LA as well. Like, obviously, I'm Scottish if you hadn't noticed. But
I love Scotland, by the way.
Good.
I'm
glad
love
to hear it.
And it's so
mean,
beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous, yeah. And we have like a really big TV film theatre scene in Scotland. Obviously, it's part of the British one as well. It's all part of Britain and BAFTA. But you know, it's just like that thing of you know, the accent thing. It's great coming to places like LA with an accent, because there's such a, you know, boiling pot of people and accents that's great. And when you do have a different accent, it can be a good thing, I think, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it is good. But it haven't happened before. And is it actually really happening, or is it a kidnapping situation? How is it working, really? And when it happened, and with all the good feedback for the movie, I've been feeling crazily inspired, and because of a lot of little kids all over the world from different parts, how their dreams are valid, no matter how grand, that
Right.
you just have to dare to achieve them, and you will.
Right. And the character, I mean, it's such a strong female character, you know, and particularly just ramps up towards the end of the film. And I think that's fantastic, particularly for young girls, you know, to see that.
To see that you have to follow your dreams, no matter what, you have to follow them. And about having this part, it's important because you can train intensely, and you as an actor probably will confirm that you can train intensely all your life to be ready to grab, to seize your moment. But you can't do it unless somebody give you a chance to do it. And for me, that chance came from Sasha, Monica Levinson, Jason Woliner, Anthony Hines, Amazon, Jennifer Sauke, and that's how all the magic happened.
Yes. Well, I mean, Sasha has been one of my heroes since I was a kid, and has totally inspired me and influenced me. So not only was I excited about the movie, but I was really excited to interview you, because I just am in awe of what you did in that film. And as an actor, I know what you put into that as well, and so many other levels as well. And I just think it's really inspiring. I'm so excited to see what you do. And I also noticed as well that you are going to be producing some of your own stuff. That's great.
Me and my producing partner, we started our relationships when he was my mentor and my manager, Julian Kostov, who is another advocate for Bulgarian voices in the Western cinema. We decided that right now, when we have this platform, when we have this recognition from Borat, we can work on bringing more attention to people from this region of the world. And I'm happy to say that I feel that people are hungry, people are thirsty for diversity, for different stories, for different voices, for different accents, and somehow to be able to reunite each other again from all of the other places in the entire world. Because isn't it gonna be beautiful? Just different colors, different voices, everything. It's gonna be the most beautiful painting, probably.
And you have that opportunity, and I think it's great you're using that. I really do. So I'm really excited to see what you do. Look, I don't want to keep you on anymore, because I could chat to you all day, Maria. This has been brilliant.
Chat more.
I really hope we get another chance to talk at some point.
You're gonna teach me how to do a British tea properly.
Done. That's the deal.
Is it?
They're not. I was just going to say, they're not giving out BAFTAs now. So if you get a BAFTA, they give out boxes of tea, Maria. That's what they give you now. You don't get a statue anymore, just a box of tea. So that's it, just a box of tea. You know, but you'll be very happy with it.
Yeah, I am super happy.